Hey, designers and agencies. My name's Helen Knight, and I'm the founder of Creative Business Brain. And we help lots and lots of designers and agencies all around the world to actually attract high value clients. Now, I'm going to start doing a series of short videos to help people on certain topics. And obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments below. And I'd love to, yeah, just ask you if there's anything else that you'd love to hear about, any other topics you want me to cover. So today's topic is referrals. So please stop waiting for referrals. And this is something that so many people come to me and they say, well, I only get referrals, but my business kind of goes like this all the time. And I'm saying to them, well, if you're just hanging around waiting, that is what's going to happen. So you're not going to get the clients you really want. You're going to find it really hard to have consistent revenue growth. So actually planning and working out how to actually grow your business in the right way is so important. And you might even feel like obliged to do projects you really don't want to do. Sometimes a friend might say, oh, so and so did this work for me, or another client might say, oh, you did some great stuff for us, and we've got a friend that needs this, but it might not be anywhere near the same type of project. It might be something totally different, totally irrelevant to your skill set. And sometimes you just feel obliged that you've got to do those things. Well, I'm here to tell you don't have to. It's your business. We need to stop doing that, trying to please everyone. I definitely have been a massive people pleaser. And it's really hard to grow a business when you're trying to keep everyone happy. It really is. Obviously, you do your best in what you want to do and the direction you're going in. When you go outside of that, outside of the things that you're not as confident in, that's where things go wrong. Okay, so I would not advise you to just take on any work. Take on the work that you know you're really good at. Take on the work that makes you shine and makes you feel really good about what you're doing. And make sure that you are charging enough, because that's another thing. Often when you're getting referrals, people are just wanting something for nothing. And it's really hard to grow a business when, you've got so and so next door but one that needs a logo and only wants to pay £400 for it. So I would highly recommend that you avoid those situations and start actually living the life and having a business that you want to create. So deciding what you want to create and actually creating it, actually start being a creator, because we're all creators. We're all people that everyone that's in the creative world, or every human being there is, can create the life they want. It's just realizing that. And I think for so long people are kind of conditioned, you're kind of molded into a certain way, to behave a certain way, to follow a certain system. And that doesn't always suit everyone. It just doesn't. So, yeah, you need to think about what you want in your life and create the business that you really love. So yeah, going back to referrals. Oh my goodness, I remember when I was a lot younger. And I used to go to all these network events, and I was probably, I'm trying to think how old I was. I was in my 20s, early 20s. Um, I was really struggling to grow a business, really struggling. And when I look back, I think, oh God, I was so brave, because I used to have massive anxiety problems. I could never, I'm really good at doing video now. I enjoy doing video. I enjoy talking to people now. It's not an issue anymore, but it used to be such a massive issue. And I used to go to like BNI events and things like that, stand up, do my, what is it, 3 minutes or 2 minutes. I can't remember how long it is now. And I would be shaking, I would be petrified. And everybody around the table would have to stand up, talk about what they did, and give a referral. And oh my goodness, that was like the worst thing. I did that for a whole year, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or whatever it was. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but getting up at the crack of dawn just so that I could try and help other businesses and promote myself as well. So it wasn't really the most effective way to grow my business. That was in that room was just another local business that really didn't have a lot of money. And it was just everyone trying to help each other. Everyone really with no more knowledge or expertise to grow a business. And that meant that, there was a lot of people in there that really didn't know what they were doing. They were just doing their best. And we're all in the same boat. So how could we actually help each other? It really was crazy. And often we ended up using each other's services to try and help each other out. And it was just bonkers. I just remember thinking, oh my God, I'm just spending a fortune here when I don't even really want these services. And we were just trying to do the best with what we knew. And so when people say to me, "Oh, I do networking," that is what comes to mind. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, please don't do that." It's like such a waste of time. Obviously, there are other types of networking where you can go to events where they are your ideal client, if you really know who your ideal client is and you can actually get into a room with all of your ideal client, then I guess that's a different situation. Obviously, it'd be great for me to go to network events where it is just designers and agencies, for instance. But I think I've been put off so much over the years, I don't even want to go to another network event ever again. So yeah, it's up to you. If you enjoy networking, then go for it. But for me, I was painfully shy. I was, yeah, not in the right frame of mind really to be networking with people. And yeah, I was brave. I went for it. I did my best. But there's so many easier ways now to grow your business. I would start to identify who you want to work with the most and start focusing on that. Now, there's so many easier ways to find your ideal client online. But you must know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, it's very hard to grow a business. If you don't know the types of companies that are your ideal client, so are they a really perfect match to the things that you do? And the way that you kind of work that out is obviously thinking about who you'd love to work with, but you need to know what their issues are. So you've got to talk to some of those people, you've got to get to know them, you've got to understand the situation, you've got to understand the journey they're on. If you don't understand the journey they're on, it's very hard to help them. Okay. You're just being a generalist and you're trying to, you'll end up explaining a process that's totally generic and it doesn't mean anything to them. So you've got to know who you're talking to really well. And then once you've identified your audience and you understand them and you know where their issues are, you know the sort of common scenarios, the things they normally do, and you know that you know where the gaps are, you know what's missing for them. You can clearly see what kind of things would help them from your perspective. So, okay, how can we solve this issue in a creative way? How can we start to improve this, this, and this for you by doing certain things with your visual identity or with your marketing or with your website. So you've got to start thinking outside the box. How can you solve problems for people? People will come to you naturally once it's really obvious that you've got the answer they're looking for. You won't need referrals anymore. Yes, you probably still get some, but you can start to actually be really picky and choosy about the work you take on rather than just taking anything on because you need to pay your bills, which is where I used to be when I was a lot younger. And you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to put yourself through that stress. You don't have to put yourself through that worry and pressure. You can actually start enjoying your business because you'll have a lot of interest when people see you as the obvious answer. Okay. So you've got to know who you're looking for. You've got to understand them really well. You've got to research and get to know them. Once you know the issues and you start to think outside the box about how to solve their problems, that's when you can start to really talk about those things online and start to get people excited, get them really excited to come and talk to you and understand what you can do for them. Make them curious, make them interested, make them want to know more. Um, don't just lead with, okay, I'm a web designer or I'm a brand designer or I'm a logo designer. Okay, don't lead with those things. Lead with the things that you know are really important to those people. Okay, so we need to stop selling services and start solving problems. If you start doing that consistently, and you're always doing that every day, you should be spending a certain amount of time on your business every day. and then a certain amount of time doing the work. And if you've not got a team yet, that's what you should be doing. Okay. If you've got a team, great. You might be able to spend more time getting the work in if you're the boss, or you might hire someone else to help you do that as well. But really, it should be, usually when people first start out, they're doing everything. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you must be so disciplined with your time so that you can make that work really well. And it is life changing. Once you get into a routine, you start setting some boundaries. You decide what work you're not going to do anymore, and the work you are going to do, and the work that you really love to do, and the types of people you love to help, and how much you're going to charge them for your signature offering. Get really well known for a certain type of offering. And when I say offering, that helps you to be very clear about, okay, understanding how to communicate what you're doing to solve a problem, basically, rather than sending out loads of proposals that take you ages to actually put together. I would stop doing that. That's the old-fashioned way. And actually start communicating a lot better with people. You can have amazing conversations and actually make agreements on the calls. Okay, that saves you so much time. Anyway, I digress. I want you to really start thinking about the next time you get a referral, is it really worth your time? Okay, so you should be asking yourself, is this really worth my time, or is my time better spent actually looking and promoting myself, looking for the right type of work, and actually promoting myself in a way that makes those ideal clients, those higher value clients, really want to work with me. Okay. If you spend more time on that, you will get more of those types of projects. And if you'd like to know more about that, please send me a message. I'm actually looking for a small amount of creative agencies at the moment who want to sign 3 to 5 high value clients, dream projects in the next 30 to 90 days. Now, if that's you, I want you to click on the link in the comments. I'm going to pop my team's calendar in there so you can talk to my team and we can work out what you really need, what's missing for you right now, and work out if you are a great fit for the Creative Business Brain program. It's a program we put together to help people like you to actually gain a consistent flow of your ideal client and high value clients as well. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed today. Please let me know in the comments anything that you would like me to talk about, anything that you need help with. And I'm going to start a short series of these and see how we get on. Okay, have an amazing week, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye bye.